All right, we back in the building. We back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil, and today we back with another video reaction. Now, look, this is supposed to be the 3 p.m. drop, but once again, I lagged it. Once again, I didn't get my timing on right. Now, I do have my 9 a.m. and my noon drop perfect to the T, except for this one. All right, so we might have to change the time, or I might have to figure it out, okay? But the video we got going on today is part 2 of yesterday's video, bro. I don't know if you guys remember, we did a video on the Avalon Crips and the Playboys 13 and how they share a hood. And there was a black dude that had disrespected the Playboys by calling them sewer rats. Or not even disrespect the Playboys, just disrespected any Mexican gang member, right? Now, there was a lot of people in the chat saying, "You, Blue Devil, you're trying to start drama. He didn't diss Mexicans, blah, blah, blah." Yes, he did, bro. Yes, he did. He actually, when we went to go watch the video, whoever edited the video, they bleeped out the Mexican word. So I'm not trying to insinuate any type of beef or issues between black and brown. I know better. As a matter of fact, people that are on the internet are different from people that are in the streets. People in the internet are going to come with these little weird narratives, but people on the street know better. Okay, so it doesn't matter if I have a title, a thumbnail. It don't really matter, bro, because there could be YouTubers going back and forth over it, but in the streets, it's not happening. So to all those people that were in the comments talking about you trying to start a race riot, fool, shut up, bro. You really think that a dude named Blue Devil can start a race riot over a thumbnail? Fool, shut up and go away. So look, the video we're gonna play right now is the Avalon Crips holding a meeting for the dude Tone. And, I think he apologizes, and I think they give him a DP. Now, of course, we're not going to be able to watch the DP. I'm pretty sure they don't even play it on camera. But for the most part, the OG, Rich Rabbit's uncle, and Tone have a sit-down. They chop it up, and I think it's a dead issue with the whole sewer rats dilemma, okay? So let's go ahead and watch it. There's like 3 clips I need to watch, and then hopefully this is a case closed, and we can move on and let this one rest in the, rest in the books, bro. Or this could be one for the books, or one for the ages, or however, whatever they say, bro. Real quick announcement: tonight we will be live playing music. It's gonna be an all-night stream till 2 in the morning. So tap in. I'll probably start the stream around 8 p.m. It's 5 p.m. right now. Yeah, I'll start it at 8 p.m., bro. So make sure everybody taps in at 8 p.m. We'll be live for an all-nighter. Well, you know how we do it. The first hour, we're going to chop it up about some current topics. And then at 9, we start playing all the requests that are locked in. So let's go ahead and start off with a video from 2 Gangster from YouTube. Salute to him. He's staying on top of this. And then we'll go over to the 2 Instagram reels that I got locked and loaded. All right, let's go. What it do, YouTube? What it do?
What it do, YouTube? What it do? So Tone finally gives us his side of the story. We now identified that the Mexican was a Southsider. His channel is called South Central Audit. Tone said he used a derogatory word used to diss blacks. He was upset that I was in the way of him recording. That's why I got mad and said what I said. But in reality, he doesn't feel that way about all Southsiders.
Like I tell y'all, man, I just tuned over here on the east side, man. In my bigger program. With that being said, we got my homeboy Tone right here. First off, homie, I want to say, I'm sorry about even saying the word clown in this situation. I just didn't say the name of the So, right now, you've been charged with speaking out Avalon policies and get called internet scene. And that's when we see the 3.
Okay, real quick, because it was real noisy. The OG told the youngster Tone, "I apologize for calling you a clown," because he did call him a clown. He goes, "Those are clown activities. We don't get down like that. That was a clown," whatever he said, right? So the OG apologized, but I will tell you, from looking at Tone, he don't look too happy, bro. He looked like he's forced to be there. It looks like he's forced to be there. And I've been in situations like this, bro. So to any youngster out there that's trying to be a gang member, it's gonna come with uncomfortable shit, bro. You know, I remember one time, you know, some shit was cracking and somebody had to come tag along with me all day. And I hated that, bro. That feeling of it was, you know, and it was one of those situations where I just couldn't control. I was a young homie, and I had no choice but to drag this fool along for supervision all day long. You know, he was supervising me. I wasn't supervising him. You feel me? So anything that I did that day, whatever, that fool was like shit on flies, bro. And I look like that too, bro. You know. So you could tell Tone not happy.
Group of the camera people right there. And then we right there, we on the phone and shit and recording. And the nigga was like, this monkey stayed getting in front of the camera. So I turned around and I'm like, what? And me and the homie, we start tripping. And then he walked back to where the police was at. And then he like what you gonna do? So I'm tripping on cuz. And then he clicked the little gun shit. He like, man, you better back before you get shot. Yeah, and then I just start going in on her.
I seen a lot of people.
Now, real quick, bro, I wanna make this statement real quick, okay? You see how Tone got a face right there? Like that's his face. You see how OG got a face? You see how Blue Devil got a face? You see how Bozo got a face? You see how Serio 2 times got a face? Okay, you see how the fools in the comments don't got a face? You see how the fools in the comments can say, fuck your mama? You know how the fools in the comments can say you're a PC? You see how the fools in the comments can say you're a dropout? You see how the fools in the comment can literally say Blue Devil's a bitch, he ain't never done nothing, and then you ask them where they from and what's their name, and then they'll ignore you or go away, or they'll hide, or they'll act like they're tough, right? But what I'm trying to get to is Tone did something on the streets. He has a face and a name. And that's how easy it was to track him down. That's how easy it is to track down Blue Devil. That's how easy it is not to track down Opina, Serio, Bozo. These people, I'm just naming them because they got faces. But you know who's not easy to track? Is these faceless commentators. You can't track them down. I mean, you can if you really wanted to, like, but you can't. You feel me? So don't believe them. To everybody that's watching, don't believe them. When you guys read something in the comments that says, oh, Blue Devil this, and they don't have a face or a name, don't believe them. Because anybody that really stands on what they say are going to have a face to their name. And you can easily look them up like this. Somebody here fucked up, and look how easy they're sitting down. Look how easy they're fixing this issue because they're all gangsters. Tone's a gangster. OG a gangster. The cameraman, I don't know. I haven't seen his videos. I don't know what he's going. I don't know who he is or what he is. But these fools are G's. They're figuring out the issue and moving the fuck on because they're not afraid to address anything in real life. But you know who's afraid to address shit in real life? Look down below in the comments. Those big fucking tough guys down there. The big tough guys. Those big tough guys that are down there, they're afraid, bro. They're afraid. You know, that's why they don't tell you where they're from. They're going to make excuses because if they're real ones, hey, fool, they call me so-and-so from so-and-so. I don't give a fuck. And guess what? This would happen. Hey, fool, your homeboy's on the internet running his fucking mouth about shit he don't know. I want that squabble. And it's going to happen. But you can't. You can't. So salute to OG. Salute to Tone for not ranking it and figuring out the problem, bro. Let's continue.
Back for you get shot. Yeah, and then I just start going in on her.
I seen a lot of people in the comments say this. They said, since when do Southsiders do the job of the police? Showing up to a crime scene to record is not what a homie does.
Facts.
They said this. They said, imagine a bunch of Southsiders getting arrested at a park and a black guy from Avalon Crips shows up and starts recording. They said you two will be mad and you two will say a derogatory word. However, he apologized for dissing all Southsiders, especially to the Playboys 13.
So,
but I do want to say this because they're saying that the camera guy He's an auditor. If you guys don't know what an auditor is, an auditor is the people that go around filming the cops, firemen, border patrol, CHP. They go around harassing the post office people, any type of government building. The auditors go around and do that. Now, could the auditor guy be gang related? Probably. You know, everybody's gang related nowadays, fool. And even if you're not like one of them dudes that's out there knocking shit down, you're from the hood because you live there. Your cousin from there. Your brother from there. You got put on, but then you changed your life around, but you still from the set. You know what I mean? So he could be a Southsider, you know, but not one of them active ass dudes. He just got from a gang when he was little, and he from there still. You know, so if he fucked up, he gonna have to answer to this too. You know what I mean? Recording criminal activity, you know, or whatever it may be. So that'll get figured out too, bro. You know, for sure, for sure.
The disrespect, as you said, for the surrender part. What do you feel about that? Is that how you feel, or I don't think that's how you feel.
No, that's not how a nigga feel. A nigga fuck with the Mexicans hella tough. He was antagonizing me, and then he steady clicking the recording, turning it on, turning it off. So I'm steady trying to push his button just like he pushing my button. Nigga, get cracking with this one.
This citizen hat, and everybody jumping out with cameras every time the police see, because that's on the internet, because that's really gonna fly in the cell. You know, we not, even though I'm not saying racist or whoever, but I don't remember outside races, the mutual respect. You don't film the police or somebody else's trauma for your personal gain, bro. That's disrespectful and all right. We're not, you know, sometimes it seems like for the views and for the tabloids that we must have dropped the G code and let you disrespect the code. Sometimes they don't fly. I just feel that you got caught up in the moment with a professional blogger.
Okay. Yes, I don't think the cameraman's a Southsider. I think he's a professional blogger and he knows what he's doing out there trying to get people mad and angry, right? Now, do I feel like Tone dislikes Mexicans or Southsiders? No, I don't, bro. I don't feel he got a problem with any of them. I feel he kicks it with them. He got homies. He smokes, drinks with them, all that, right? Like, I don't get the feeling that he dislikes Mexicans or homies, right? But in the midst of being angry, in the midst of wanting to disrespect whoever's in front of you, you gonna say a bunch of dumb shit, fool. Believe me, even myself, bro, I've caught myself a gang of times where I'm on here and people in the comments are talking shit and I'm about to go in and say some shit and I go, oh, let me calm down. You feel what I'm saying? So some people don't have that control and some do. Not saying that he don't got it, but from what it looked like, he saw a Mexican in front of him. That Mexican was antagonizing him. And he was feeling a little angry. And the only way to go at them is, you fucking beaner, you fucking wetback. You know, what are you going to say? You fucking American citizen? You know what I mean? You're not going to say that. You're not going to say, oh, you fucking civilian. You gonna go in on them, fool, you fucking wetback ass bitch, or whatever it may be, and vice versa. The Mexican gonna do the same to the black. You know what I mean? It don't really mean that they really feel that way. It's like when you fighting with your old lady, bro. You stupid bitch. You fucking cheated on me with the mailman. You know, you let the homie hit, doggy style. You fucking hooker. You know you gonna be saying all this shit, fool. You know, like dumb shit that ain't true, and then later, sorry baby, I didn't mean it. You know, it's the same shit, bro. You know, but then again, people do say, like, deep down inside you might really feel like that. You know, it's just you're waiting for the right moment to explode type shit. So who knows, bro? But if any of you motherfuckers out there, bro, if your old ladies done hit the mailman, the milkman, or even the fucking mechanic, she a disgusting ass hood rat. Well, you better go look for a new one. Let's go.
The Avalon Crip is one of the few sets that got law and order. You will get checked for the things you say and do. Tom was on trial for the things he said, and Avalon Gangster Crip has found him to be guilty. He was sentenced to a DP. May God be with you, my boy.
Do you feel you need to apologize for that? For dishing the surrender like that, and the fabric of what we build? You feel you was wrong for that?
Okay, real quick, bro. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. The OG said, "Do you feel like you gotta apologize for what Avalon built for you? You know, going outside the boundaries of what we believe in." And the young homie gonna answer right now, right? But I fuck with this because everybody's always crying on the internet. We ain't got no more OGs. Where are the OGs? The OGs never tell the youngsters how to act. That's why you got all these Mexicans running around saying the N word. Or you got these blacks that are going around just robbing the corn people, right? Finally, you got an OG setting the record straight for the world to see. And motherfuckers still ain't happy, bro. Motherfuckers still ain't happy because now they're saying how you going how the black man gonna punish the other black man because of the Mexicans. The black man's afraid of the Mexicans. This is a bad look. No, bro. It's not about color, bro. Look, now I think it's a little distasteful that they're doing it on the internet for the world to see, but at the same time I don't. You know why? Because Tone disrespected Southsiders on the internet. So now he got to apologize on the internet. You feel what I'm saying? Because how would it look that they just come out and say, "Oh, that issue, we took care of business." People are going to be like, "Wait, how do we know you really did? How do we know that you just didn't pat him on the back and say good job?" You feel what I'm saying? So it like if it happens on the internet, you dead it on the internet. Dead issue. Now the DP, of course, off internet. We don't. That's not for nobody, except for them. You know, so you can look at this little interaction in two ways, bro. You know, like damn, it's not for the internet, or hey, because it happened on the internet, dead it on the internet. It goes both ways. But to everybody that's always complaining about OGs, you got OG right there, bro. Have some respect, homie.
Yeah,
So with that being the fabric of what we built, you feel you were going for that.
yeah.
So with that being
But
said,
the Playboys know, and all the Mexican niggas know who I fuck with. Them niggas know I'm not like that.
I feel they deserve an apology too, nigga. But we're not used to people's coming, filming us for the police raiding us. That we some clown show. So I respect that you stood up for the culture, homie. But at the same token, your words, you know, without a pocket. So as a mailman, I find you guilty. Speaking out of Avalon policy book, man, and speaking racist. So you know nobody bigger than the program over here. So we all know the drill, right? So it ain't gonna be televised, bro. But we know we gonna get to it, bro. And he right here to stand on this team, and we gonna handle that shit, bro, amongst homies, bro. So again, my homie, you know, came out, made a statement, my homeboy got racist.
Okay, so basically the OG said, "My findings are you are guilty." He goes, "I respect that you were holding it down for the hood and you were, you know, backing us up, but you should have chose your words wisely. I find you guilty of a DP. We won't televise it, but we will take care of business." You know, much respect to both these fellas, bro. Straight up. Both these fellas, much respect. Now look. What the fuck was I gonna say? Now people be like, "Why do you stop it so much?" Well, now you fucking know. Let's go to the other clips. Maybe it'll refresh my memory. I had something very important to say. Let's go to these other clips real quick. Okay, here we go. Yeah, boom. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. There you go. Okay, this is bad. I'll tell you why this is bad. This is bad because the OG just appointed himself the big head honcho of the Avalon Gangsta Crip. And, you know, police always watching. If I'm watching, police watching, Poetic Flaco watching, and that fool counts as a honorable police member. And if the OG said, "I hold you in contempt of the law," and you're guilty, sort of, he's like appointing himself the main dude over there, or an important figure. And you know when them Ricos come, you know what them Ricos do, bro. We've all seen the Rolling 60 Rico, the Hoover Rico. Shit, 18th Street Rico, San Pedro Rico. These are all recent, bro. Orange County Rico. These are all recent. Hopefully the OG stay safe out there, fool. I fuck with them, you know. But let's go to these last two clips and we out of here. Case closed, cuh. If you're not from LA, South Central to be exact, you should probably stay out of the comments acting like you know what really goes on here. What I've been saying forever. Go watch my other videos, bro. What I say, all these fucking dudes from Idaho and fucking Tennessee and fucking Oklahoma chiming in like they know what it is, bro. Cut it out, bro. It says his OG did the right thing by making him apologize. I'm from that area myself, a few blocks away, born and raised, and I still live here. A lot of people commenting have never lived through the reality of these neighborhoods. The last thing anyone needs is a race war. When things get out of hand, nobody really wins. It's the innocent families and kids who end up paying the price. Big facts, bro. And that goes to the people that were in the comments talking about how you gonna bow down to the Mexicans. How you gonna... It ain't about bow downing, bro, because if the Mexicans did some fuck shit, believe me, it'd be the same repercussions, bro. Probably even worse, because the Mexicans, they're low down dirty dirtbags, fool. You know, they'll probably X him out and smoke the guy. You know. But hey, who am I? I'm just a lame podcaster. But the homie don't look happy, fool. Right here, you could tell Tone, he looks sort of angry. But it is what it is, fool. Shit happens. Now the other one, I believe it's just the same thing we watched already. Yeah, same shit. So look, with that being said, salute to everybody. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. You think this was a good look for the Avalanche and for the Playboys? You think it was a bad look for gang banging? You think it was a bad look for Cali? What do you guys think, bro? Leave your thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. on the music live stream. Until the next reaction, we out of here. Let's go.